Hello everyone, good night. It's Liliana with the Vinecraft Studio, seasonal reads and holiday decor. And tonight I wanted to update my tobacco basket. So let me see. Right here. I actually was able to flip it so you're able to see the image the correct way. But anywho, I'm going to be working on this tobacco basket. Last Thursday, exactly a week ago, I updated our fall decor. Same exact fall decor that we had from last year, the one that I created. But what we did was added buffalo ribbon to it to change the look a little bit. And it's this one right here. So if you see, it's a little bit, it's going back the way I hung it, but you get the idea. That's what we worked on last week. And I also added to it, I added buffalo ribbon also to our garland, our swag, the wreath, the swag, the garland, and the lantern swag. And the lantern swag. So it was the swag that's at the door, the small swag that's on the posts outside the house, and then these two, which is the wreath and then the garland. So those are the items that I updated. But here's this. I'm showing you like little hacks. This is what I had over my tobacco basket, over my fireplace, over our mantle, and it is super neutral / springish. It is rather large. It's 29 inches. However, going back to this, it looks very small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to add ribbon to it and whatever. I'm actually going to take off the whole piece. So when I made this a few months ago, I made it so that we could reuse this tobacco basket and keep working and keep using the same base. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I do prefer to buy a new base that is with a brown color, more of a wood color versus the cream. But it's going to take some time to order it and get it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on it, on this. And I'm going to be able to switch it out later on if I do decide to order it. Because who knows, maybe it looks good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on it, add it, have it there. And then if I order the tobacco basket, which I actually ordered from Kirkland's. When I ordered this one back in June, I want to say, they didn't have the regular wood color available. They only had this one, but we were actually very happy with it. But now I really do want the wood color because of the fall. But because of the way that our fireplace is, it might actually match. We do have the same colored furniture, so it may all work together. But anywho, we're going to get rid of this. So if I actually have a video, because I posted most of this when I was working on it, and if you go on my website, vinecraftstudio.com, where you go to how-to videos and blog, there are the videos, actually the video of me working on this. I'm actually working in my kitchen. It looks a little bit dark, but you get the gist of it if you want some ideas for it. So what I'm going to do now is remove this. It's not permanent. I knew that I was going to do this eventually. I was going to end up removing this, but these aren't even glued in, believe it or not. I placed them well enough. I started to glue them and then I realized, you know what, I may not want to keep this. And sure enough, but the actual, this part is not glued in. So let me stop talking. I already gave you the gist of it, and let's remove this. So excuse me for a moment so I can show you how I added this. And I'm so happy that we ended up doing that. Now, if I were to work on a tobacco basket for a customer, I'm not going to do this. Everything in that tobacco basket is going to be permanently attached. So if they add it to a door, add it wherever, we don't have to worry. And there it is. See? So if I give this to if I were to make a tobacco basket for a customer, it's going to be permanent. Anywho, so if you see here, this is the base. It's the same exact thing as this one. I did cover it a little bit. That's just me, but I really don't have to do it. Like I said, it's for us. So I actually did not refresh the page to see if there's any comments of anybody in, but I know I'm usually alone solo here at this time, which is totally fine. Because my goal is to have, if you get any information from it, if it helps you in any way, that's the whole point. So this is what I just took off of the tobacco basket. See that? And you saw the flower just fell off because I did not attach them permanently because I knew it was going to be for us. But if I really do love this, I might just come in here later on and attach them because we'll use it again in the springtime next year. So this, bye-byes. You're gone. Let's put this aside. Okay. So now, you saw that huge thing that I worked on was actually made on this. And let me make this larger just in case there are any comments. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, in case there are any other night outs. So this, oh, mute myself. Okay, so this is obviously full foam. It is 12 inches by 6 inches and 2 inches deep, right? So actually, to make it easier on me, because it was already has the holes in it, so I don't have to go crazy trying to figure out where these were. Why not? You see these pipe cleaners? They are pushed through. So the easier thing to do is to just lay this here so I could see exactly where these were. Or at least give me an idea. I mean, why try to figure this out again? Right? And I don't really care if I smush the flowers at this point because I already worked on these. So you need 2 for each side. I think, what are we looking at here? And here. I think that's about right. But if you're not sure, the easier way to do it is to just place it right here. Right? Approximately where you think you're going to add it. Try to center it as much as you could. That is not centered. That's about centered. And then wherever it is that you're going to add those holes to, just come through. See, there's one. And then add the other one. Does that fit through there? Yes, it does. Okay. So there. That was the easier way of doing it. Like if you were going to do it for the first time. Oh, that's easier. So there's that. And then I'm going to add, oh, one came out lower than the other, but it's okay. 2 holes right above it, right above those 2, just so that we could feed the pipe cleaner through it. So you want to do that first. See that? Then we are going to feed the pipe cleaner through it. And this one, I don't like how angled it came out. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. You know what? I want them to be the same. I want them to be even. Okay, it's going to be covered anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so then you're going to feed the pipe cleaner through it. This is now the back. This is the front, because I'm going to work on the side. See, we have that. And then you have 2 choices. You could add this once this is complete. Well, rather the pipe cleaners are added to it. You could decide, are you going to add this to the tobacco basket and work while it's on straight up, or are you going to work on it flat? It's easier to work on it flat, but you see more when it is actually up on, when it's higher up, of course. So I prefer to have it higher, but to try to teach you a little bit more, to try to help you out, I'm going to work on it a little bit flat, or maybe I'll go back and forth. So the first thing, what I decided is, because I want to try to match this or coordinate it as much as possible. This has 2 pumpkins and it has a sunflower. Same thing with the garland that I have upstairs, has pumpkins and sunflowers. So I want to add a pumpkin to this. I found in my supplies that I had this from Hobby Lobby, and I decided that I wanted to add this to it. So what I envisioned when I started taking out supplies was have this here, have the pumpkin, if you can see that, have the pumpkin, and then add a few sunflowers underneath it, and then just go crazy with the foliage, right? That's like the easier way to do it. So let's remove the tag. Where are my scissors? Seems like Thursday night's gonna be a regular night for me, everyone. It's just easier. My son's schoolwork, I'm not as worried for Friday. I try to get as much done because we are virtual. So This one doesn't, the scissors not working. Wire cutters. Okay. Let's remove that. Okay, so here we have that, and I decided that we are going to use 3 sunflowers. I do not have the exact sunflowers. I went through my stash. I only have 2 of these, one of these, and one of these. So this one actually matches more what's up there. So what I could do is, let's see if this allows me to. I'll remove this. I'll just play with it, right? Oh no, we can't do it. We can't do it. I must have cut this off at some point. All right, so I guess we're gonna use this one. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use, these are the fuller ones. We're gonna put them like that under the pumpkin. So these came from Hobby Lobby. They have these every year. I am not sure where this one came from. I'm gonna be honest with you, but being the way it's cut, it came from a bush. All right, so these came from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so let's remove the tags. Even though it's mine, I am going to remove those tags. Because if I am standing under it and I notice the tags, it's gonna be a little bit annoying. Okay, so these are from Hobby Lobby. The other one, I'm not sure. And the pumpkin, like I said, is also from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so if I was gonna work on this for a customer, the first thing that I'm going to do is add moss to it. I'm gonna add a lot of, and I didn't take it out. Why would I not take that out if I knew it was gonna come live? So you know what? I do want to add a little bit to it. So let me take some out. Excuse me, getting out of the shop for a second. Okay, where is my moss? Uh-oh, it's completely under the side. All right, sorry, excuse me. Because this is the way I would do it for a customer, and like I said, if I start seeing all the green under it, it would be annoying. So let's add a little bit of Spanish moss to it. Okay, sorry about that. So here we have some Spanish moss, and the way that we're gonna add it is by using foil picks. So let's, and I'm not gonna go crazy because like I said, it's for myself. If this was something that I was gonna do for a customer, oh yeah, I'm gonna fill this up like crazy. But these are just little hacks that you can use for your own, for yourself. Now I'm just trying to see if you could see, because I have the flowers here. Let me try to get this out of the way, clear up as much space as possible. I'm getting a mess here. And then I lose everything and I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we have the Spanish moss, and all we're gonna do to it is add it with these floral pins. So I'm gonna just, doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to come afterwards and add it in between the side that I usually do add in, actually the one that I worked on, the one that I took off, are the sides, because once this is on there, you don't want to see that. Even if it's for yourself, you don't want to see the the foam on the side, the green foam. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of foam. A little bit of moss to it. And yes, it does get messy. But you don't want to glue this, because if you end up gluing this, what's going to happen is that it's going to be, you're not going to be able to stick your picks in there. Do I see Kika here? Hi. Hello. Hola. I can't see you here though. That's interesting. Can't see you in the comments. Okay. Alright, so we're adding a little bit more here. And like I said, it's not perfect. Who else is here with me? Hi, Marianne, if you're still here. And Monica. My mother-in-law. Okay, so this is all I have right now. It's not perfect. It's totally fine. I'm not going to add anything to the top of it yet, right? Okay. So that's it. I'm going to add a little bit more just because I'm a little bit, I'm going to get these out of the way because these do hurt afterwards if you happen to accidentally prick yourself with them. So that's all I have. That's it. It's just to have a little bit of a base. Let's clean this up a little bit. And I didn't even get my glue pot going. I only have my mini glue gun going. I don't have the big one. because like I said, I have no intentions of making this permanent. Oh, the glue just got on that. Totally fine. Okay, so the first thing that we should do is attach this to that. But I don't want to do that yet because I don't want to, I'm trying to show you, I don't want to give you my back, in other words. So this is going to go there, just so you could see my thought process. And this I'm going to add this way. Do you see that? Does that make sense? We're going to add in that direction. So it's going to be a little bit off to the side. That's the middle. We're going to add it here. So it's going to be right around there. So what we need now is a floral pick. So you're actually going to, and I think this one might be a little bit too big for it actually, but it's okay. So you see that? I just added the floral pick to it. I don't like putting picks in my pumpkins. So I'm going to let it stick out a little bit. I'm actually happy with that, the way it came out. Do you see that? Then that's our base. Right there. That's what we're going to work with. And I'm actually glad that it's sticking out a little. Do you see that? Because we're going to add greenery to this. We're going to add the foliage and all the florals. But there's one thing that I didn't do. It was add a little bit of glue to this. This I will add glue to because I don't want to. I don't think it needs it though. Let's add a little bit of glue. The florals not so much. Add a little bit of glue to that and just push it back. There it is. Hi Marianne, I'm also from New Jersey. Hello. That's awesome. We're the late nighters because we're on the East Coast, so I was saying no one's gonna come on, and then finally I was told not everybody is on the East Coast. Okay. See that? Oh no. I just broke it. Broke it. Okay, let's start all over again. I broke it because I tried bending it. You don't bend a wooden foil pick. Okay. Let's start all over again. I don't like the angle. So we're going to have to add another one. Live crafting. Okay. Alright, so it was here. What was this? Let's add it back at the angle. You know what? Forget about the glue because I'm trying to hurry up here for you. Alright. Alright, sorry, I'm like trying to focus here. So I added that. I actually want a little bit at an angle, but we could turn it as we work. There we go. It's a little bit at an angle. See? Okay, so that's gonna go there. And then I wanted to add florals to it. I wanted to add these guys. So these are actually going to stick out. I wanted to have one here, and then we're going to add. So these are the same. Because there's only one of these, I'm going to just pretty much have that one in the center. Sorry for that. And again, we have tags. Okay. Now these leaves, they're at the bottom. So I'm going to cut them off. They're not helping us by being too close to the bottom. That is so strange. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. All right, let's add the flowers to the side. So can you see we have this, and we're going to add this one to the bottom right there. So look at this. You see, I'm not cutting it. It's not going to be tight. I know that a lot of times, even when I got started, my wreaths and everything look a little bit too compressed because you end up cutting it and you think that that's the way it is, that this looks too long. But really, if you cut them too short, it's not going to look nice. because you're compressing the wreath a little bit too much. You want the airiness, you want it, and it actually looks a little bit bigger if you have the space within it. But it looks a little bit odd. If you look at that, it's like, okay, what's going on here? It's totally fine for now, because we're just laying it out. Then I want to add one here. Wait, this is not working. I think I'm gonna have to take out my steel pick for this. I was not planning on that. I thought we were just gonna be adding the picks easily and that's it. But hey, we have to take it out, we take it out. And remember, I'm not adding glue to this. If I were to add glue to it, I would either use my glue gun. Sorry, I'm looking at myself opposite. I would use my glue gun, add a little bit of glue to the end of it, and then put it into the foam, or use the glue pot and dip the end to it. See, so far what we have. I'm happy with this so far, and I think this is a good point for me to be able to add this to the base. However, I think that this is, I don't like how this is just hanging there, so I'm gonna add another little pick to it. Although this pick is way too big, but I don't think you want to see me get down over here. You know what? Doesn't matter. Let me go to my supplies and just grab more picks. More picks. I'm going to start keeping these up here. So these are the smaller ones, and I was using the big one before. But these are the small one. I can just add this right here just to secure it a little bit. So I'm going to do that here. Just to add a little bit more security, more stability. See that? Now it doesn't. There we go. Now we're good. Now I'm not paranoid about it because I'm already worried enough because I'm not adding glue to it. Okay. So perfect. Now we could work. This is like the hard part, let's say. Well, actually, no. The hard part is adding this to the base. I honestly don't remember which ones. I should have marked them to see where I had them, but I know it was one of these. Also, before I even get started on this, let me show you. Tobacco baskets, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Add a hanger. Add a hanger to it. Because if you try to add this just to a hook, a nail on the wall or whatever, there's a good chance you may crack this, and these are very delicate. I don't know if you ever handled them, but they're very, very soft. And there's been times where I've been trying to, just to work with them, and I've held them too hard, and I've actually slightly cracked them because they're so soft that wood, or I'm not even sure exactly what it is, the material. But yeah, you got to handle these with super care. So that's why I personally, and also if you look at it, the way it is, the middle is actually, the midpoint has that wood in it. And if I were to hang it off of one of these, it's not gonna be centered. So I made one of these. Look, it's very simple. It's not perfect, and that way it helps you center your work. Okay, so to add this, you really are gonna be working from behind it. Okay, so we're adding this to here. I'm gonna feed these. Middle. And every tobacco basket is different, so just good luck figuring yours out. Okay. I'm just gonna tie the twist tie. I'm sorry, the pipe cleaner. And that's it. I am not adding glue to this. I don't know if you can see me. Let me try to get in the shot a little. I'm not adding glue to this. I'm not going to add to make it permanent. Again, if had this been for a customer, then yes, but I'm not going to do that. Now, also when you're looking at this, and it's actually throwing me off as well, I'm working on a low table. Usually I work a little bit higher, so it looks kind of like low. But this is going to be up high on the mantle, so you got to think that when someone looks up, these flowers are going to be looking down at them. So don't be thrown off, because I get thrown off even when I'm working. I realize I put this on risers, but I need this one on risers because I work in the back, and I've noticed that since I started working downstairs, I've been a little bit off, and then finally I realized, like, oh, it's because I'm working too low. But so yeah, so even though they look kind of like they're down, It's just because of that reason. Like I said, this is going to be up higher, so it's not going to look so bad. Okay, so now that we have these 3 main pieces, I'm going to try to match what we have here. So if you look, I actually do have a few of the items that I used in that one. So I have these. Sorry, not these. I just added these here. These guys. So why not try, since I already have it, why not try to use the same thing that I have? It does not have to be exact, but coordinate it as much. I also don't normally use ribbon in a tobacco basket. However, given that the look of my home decor now is the buffalo, the one thing that ties it all together right now is the fall with the black and white buffalo, I am going to add some of the ribbon. Now, if I decided to only add the black and white buffalo, it's going to look a little bit off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add pretty much all the ribbon. I do not have the same exact ribbons. That's okay. Just try to go with the colors. The only thing that I do have the same of, because I just added it last week, is the buffalo. But I do have similar colors. And the reason I say this is because don't try to be perfect. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be exact. As long as it falls into kind of the same idea, that's fine. Okay, so we have these guys, and we actually have quite a few of them. But I'm thinking, before I add these, I want to add a base to it, which is these lovelies over here. This is like an autumn fern, I would say. See that? This is also from Hobby Lobby. I got it, I don't even know when I got these. I want to say, this could have been even 2 years ago. But this is something that they always have. The reason why I'm looking at these is because I like to fill up the whole area. So I'm going to pretty much create a base for these. So I already cut the florals, so let's work with the greenery. Well, yeah, the greenery, the foliage. And these are awesome because you can move these picks up and down. You can. Okay. What happened here? Why are these so low? Excuse me as I talk to myself. But yes, these are definitely from Hobby Lobby. And you could get them. I'm sure you could get them there still. Okay, this is actually pretty short and it doesn't want to cooperate. So normally when something like that happens is you just add a floral pick to it. But I don't think we need to because it's, see how long that is? And this one, the reason it's an issue is because it's coming off. So I'm just going to put it to the side and we can add it somewhere else. Now I myself am going to have to get industrial cutters because these are either their time is up or I just need something stronger. I think I'm going to have to go to the hardware store and get new ones. Okay. So we have, and this is always count to see what you have. We have 1, 2, 3. Well, we could separate these. I think we should. Because I don't think we want to add them all like that. I mean, we could. Let's just do it. Let's add this one to the center. So I'm turning these, see what I'm doing right now? I'm turning these because I want them to kind of face out. These have a nice little like foxtail kind of thing. I'm going to push it more to the front so it kind of stands out. So like I said, this is my decor for the home. I am not going to add this. Okay, let me keep going because I'm basically teaching you. That's going to be, to me, that's a little bit too high for my taste. Could be great, I don't know, but instead of putting it here, I'm going to push it down towards this side. So I'm going to put it right in here. Should we? Alright, this is me. I like to think it through. No, it's fine. It's fine. Let's just do it. Let's put it back in the middle. Okay. And what's good about these is that you could turn them, you can move them. And if I'm blocking you. Okay. Turn them, move them around a little. It looks super, super, super centered right now, but it's okay. Then we're going to add the ones to the bottom. I'm going to add one here and the other one right here. Again, if I was doing this for a customer or if I wanted to keep this permanently, I would be adding glue to this right now. But I am not, because I am not going to keep these. Okay. Come to the other side. I think I'm out of the shot when I come to the side. Sorry. Try to turn them out as much as I can. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a matter of your taste, what you like, what you want to do. I don't have any more of these. So what I'm going to do now, because I like how this, it kind of frames it, and when you look at this tobacco bath, it's going to have like it falling off of it. I also don't want it only to be on top. I want to have a few on both sides. So this is what I have. This is the dilemma, let's say. I have these three and one of these. So we could try to do that. Or, even better, is take one of these off. Let's cut it off. I am going to use my steel pick machine. So I'm going to get down for a second and just grab it because I didn't think I was going to use it. Steel pick machine. Bestest thing for anybody working with any kind of foil. Okay. So we have those. And I am going to add that pick to this. But I'm still not adding, uh-oh, this is not working. There we go. Respect the steel pick machine, guys. I got stitches from it one time, from the picks. No, it doesn't want to. Alright, so we'll do one at a time then. Even better, one at a time. Be careful with those picks, please. Please. I didn't like the placement of something that I was working with, and I pulled it, and 2 stitches later. Please respect it. They are super, super, super sharp. Okay, how long have I been on? Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, another thing that I want to show you is that if you notice that I had 2 of these were more the orangey, the burnt orange and like a yellowish color, and 2 of these were more like brown. So I'm actually gonna try to split that up instead of putting both oranges on one side. Let's try to make it, and even though you know that like fall foliage is not gonna be perfect like that, it is the variations of colors in the trees, but for our sake, let's try to make it a little bit even. Look at that, I'm using steel picks. I didn't think I was going to have to use them. Because this one's so much bigger, I'm going to end up putting it more in the middle. So it doesn't stick out as much. And who knows, maybe I'll come back and I'll add more. I'll end up buying more of these if I love them. Right? Okay, and this last one, right here. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Guess I could bend it in that direction. It's fine because this is, anyways, if you remember, this is off to the side, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So now let's add these cute florals. And the reason again that I'm adding these is because I already have it in this here. And this is my way of tying in my decor. Now, is this long enough? Yes, it is. These are cut from the tip of this little bell here. And I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the way that the name of this quilt is. About 9 inches. But if I add that pig, it's going to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to cut it a little tiny bit. Maybe a centimeter. There's one. Look at me, I'm adding pigs to it. Sorry, I started adding the pigs. No. Let me stop adding the pigs. Pigs just make life so much easier. Let's add the pigs. Did you notice how much easier it is? So much easier. They're cut about the same. Now the issue is that if I'm adding pigs to it, you would think I'm going to keep them permanently, but I'm not. These are probably going to come out, and I'll probably repurpose them for myself, because this is all for our own decor. My goal here is just to help you, so you don't have to change. We change our holiday decor every year, our Christmas decor, but not the fall decor. So I'm trying to give you little hacks as to how you could change the fall decor, so that way you only have to change it like every couple of years versus every year like we do with our Christmas decor. See how it starts to fill it up? I don't know if you could really see the front, but it starts to fill it up. That's why when you're first working with florals, you have a tendency, and I've seen so many people do it, and I did it myself, of cutting the stem very short because you think it's way too long. But then but with experience and with time, you start seeing that you actually need the longer picks. The longer the better, because that gives it that space and it fills it up so much more. These picks are not staying the direction that I want them to. I'm liking this. So now, if you notice, what I've been doing is I've been pretty much putting them opposite. So if I put one on the left, I'm putting it diagonally across or above it. So you want to have, pretty much, if you put one to the left, you want it to the right. If you want to put in the top, you put one to the bottom, and vice versa. This one is way too long. This one is about 10 inches. I'm going to cut about an inch. Okay. Put one in the middle. Do we want one in the middle yet? No, I want one up top. I want to start filling these up. Filling up the space up here. This I'm going to bend it down, and then I'll put another one right there. I still have a few of these, so it's okay. Still have a few. The problem is when you don't plan it, and then you realize that you're out. So what do? You have to find ways of getting creative. You really do need the glue in them. But you know that you're working with good picks when you're able to bend them. So if you have them, if you have these set up already, and then you realize that, sorry, I'm out of the shot, and then you realize that they're too much in one direction or whatever, the good thing is you can always come back and bend them and fill it. If it looks like it has an empty spot, just turn it, bend it, whatever you need to do in order to fill up that empty gap. So this is actually turning out much better than I thought. I mean, I didn't really plan it. I just decided like an hour ago, an hour before I sent out the email that I was going to go live. Well, I'm sorry, the notification on Instagram that I said, you know what, we need to work on this, because I know me, and right now is crazy time for crafters. So I start focusing, like I should have been way into Christmas right now, and I'm not. I only have a few items listed in my Etsy shop for fall. So if I don't get this done now for us, it's not going to get done. It'll get done like before Christmas dinner. I'm sorry, before Thanksgiving dinner. So I have to do this for the family before I get crazy, because I know myself. Once customer orders start coming in, I hate to admit that I neglect us a little bit. Cut this one. No, I'm going to keep this one long because it's at the bottom and I want to fill up. I want to fill in a little. Now it's turning a little, see that? Because I'm working with it, so later on I'm going to have to come in and tighten it. Because it's not permanently attached. Oopsie. Okay. Where do we want this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have a lot. I like this bush. Let me give you an item number. I don't know if there are any crafters with me. But this is amazing. This is a good one. And I'm not sure. Oh, no. We can't get these anymore. I thought this was Hobby Lobby. This is AC Moore. So this is Nicole's. Yeah. Sorry. Maybe you could get these on their website. But I was going to give you an item number to see if you could find them. I'll give you the item number. Maybe on Nicole's website. Maybe they have them. But this is a SKU. Well, no. Let me not give you the SKU. 42715AS1A03. And it was $19.99. I'm not sure what their prices are right now. But I got this at AC Moore like 2 years ago. Because I honestly didn't buy a lot of fall items last year. Because I was overstocked. I had so many items. And I still do. So look how pretty. Do you see that? That's why I like being close. You could actually see the detail on that. And it has a lot of stems. I'm not sure if it's 24, but it has a lot. Okay. So, anyways, if you could find it, go for it. Because it seems to be amazing. Okay. That means I must have like 2 more. Because everything that I worked on last year has that. And I know that I didn't buy them last year. But even though we don't have AC Moore anymore, Nicole's still around. Has anyone actually shopped on their website? I never have. I never have shopped from Nicole's. I may have to start soon. I'm actually wishing that I had added the pics to the glue to it. How are we doing here? I'm a little crazy, and I might actually, later on, if I decide I don't like this, I might cut this up and start adding to fill in the sides here. That's if I don't have anything to add to fill it in a little bit more. But I'm liking it. Boy, cut too short. That's fine. Now I'm just trying to fill in. Now, one thing that I didn't do here, which I always try to do, is that I don't like to stay within the tobacco basket. I like to come out of it. In this case, it happened here where I still am in it. I'm still like constrained within it. And that could happen because the base that I use is a little bit too small, the styrofoam. Or the picks are too short, but really it's because these are too short. This is too small. But like I said, it's for myself. It's okay. And I could always just add a few more sprays in it to just make it look like it's a little bit more expanded, a little bit wider. Because especially with the fall decor, it's nice to have that wild look where everything is like pretty much all over the place. Oops, that came out. And I am not gonna. Nope, I'm not doing it. I already got stitches once for that. I'm just filling in right now. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to just fill in the space. Not really being super technical like I usually am to it. I'm just trying to see, where is there a gap? Because we did have a lot of these. So where do we see a gap? Put one there. Fill it in. Now I wanted to say, since I'm on and I do have 4 people on with me, and whoever watches the replay, that I am going to start doing my videos in Spanish. So if anybody knows anyone, no one in the Wreath community has been doing them in Spanish. So because I am bilingual, and my Spanish isn't perfect, but I am fluent enough where I could kind of help everyone. Like, I've been doing classes and tutorials always in English, and I've had family, like a couple that are on with us right now, ask me, why don't you do this stuff in Spanish? And then I asked my wreath coach. I'm actually I'm actually in the group quite a lot with Southern Charm Wreaths and with Julie Samako, and she actually said, you know what, nobody's doing it. So we're going to see how well we do with that. So pretty soon I'm going to start offering different days of the week. Like Thursday nights are going to be in Spanish and English is going to be on Fridays. I'm not sure, I'm just blurting stuff out, but that's the plan. So if anybody knows anyone that is interested in wreathing and garland and all that great stuff, I'm going to be the one that's going to start. I already started working on the supply list. So any Spanish speakers, if you're lost in the story, not sure exactly what to look for, I translate it for you. So like, how do you say wire? Where do you find the wireframe? Where do you find the moss? Where do you find all this stuff? Like which part of the store? How do you, what's the way you're going to find it in English? Because obviously you're not going to find it in Spanish. So that's what I'm going to start doing. If anybody's ever... Sí, señora. Sí, sí, sí. Ya me lo han pedido mucho. Para allá vamos. Para allá vamos. Even my coach. Pero me entendió, ¿no? I'll be the first. I'll be the first. It seems. At least part of this community. Okay, so you see what we have so far? I'm liking it. Now, if this doesn't look nice on this color base, like I said, we could actually switch it out. Yep, we're going to Spanish. We are going to Spanish. Okay, so if you look at this, it might look a little bit empty-ish, let's say, because you still have these gaps. So I have this, which is actually left over from the one that I did last year. So I'm going to fill up with these. Then I had a few clusters that I definitely don't have anymore. I tried looking for them. Don't have them. But we're going to do that. So yes. Spanish and English. That's going to be me. Different days of the week though. And if somebody wants me to say something translated, it's fine. It's not like I'm going to say, no, it's Spanish night or it's English night. Of course not. I'm here to help. Okay, so here we don't have so many. So we got to get creative with these. We have to try to spread them out as much as we can. I would cut them, but I don't want to cut them too much because these are short and then we're going to end up losing them within the wreath. So what I'm going to do is, and if they get too short, remember you could always just add a pick to them. Okay, so this one we have, this is what I like to do. I don't know if you could see my mess over here. But generally speaking, you separate your stuff. You have to, because then if not, you don't know what you're working with. So let me get out of the shot here. Let me see if you can see a little bit. Whoopsie, that's not good. Okay. Alright, so here, I even have a Christmas ball there. That's so funny. Trying to see what you see from my mess. So I have one. These are all short. These are all short. I only have 2 long ones. 3 long ones. The other ones are short. So the other ones, I'm sorry, as much as I said I wasn't going to make these permanent. Because they're not hot glued in. We're going to still be using the steel picks. Because me adding wooden floral picks to these is going to take way too long. Wooden floral picks have their time and place. But if you could get away with getting a steel pick machine, if you could buy one, Hobby Lobby has them. I'm not sure if they actually let you use the 40% off coupon. But I got mine on eBay pretty cheap. And it was awesome. They even threw in some extra picks. And I've had it already for almost 3 years. Or I want to say 2.5 years I've had it. They're so like old school industrial that it doesn't seem like they mess up at all. They might get stuck, but you know what I mean. Like it's not like they're going to mess up like a washing machine. Okay, so I'm going to start moving these out a little bit. Okay. And let's start with the 2 big ones. So what do we want? I think one here will look great. to try not to land that space. Remember, don't push them in too much. Don't push them in too much. And then maybe one right here. So it could hang. Yes? Yes, yes, no, yes, yes, I think yes. Okay, then we have all these little ones that we want to use around. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I will update the photo tomorrow when I put it on my mantle. Because nighttime photos look kind of orangey, not so nice. You see how it's filling up already? I like this. But we still haven't even talked about ribbon yet. We haven't even touched upon the ribbon. Not nice. Not nice. You put it back in the shop. If anybody has ever seen these are steel pick machines. They're floral machines. If you haven't seen one. Not sure anyone that's watching right now how new of a wreather or you're just here for fun. But these add these little metal picks to them, which make life much easier. But once you add the pick, you add some glue to this, and then you insert it to the floral foam or to the grapevine wreath, whatever it is that you're working with, the mesh. I'm just adding them right now because I'm trying to fill up this wreath. Well, this tobacco basket. It's a wreath. But the beauty of this tobacco basket is that maybe I'll keep it for spring. As a matter of fact, we change our Christmas decor every single year. And this year, our Christmas decor is going to be rustic winter, or like a woodland type thing. So we're going to use a lot of the bark, birch, and let's put some behind it. It's pretty. And the wood. So this goes perfectly with it. Wait. See how that fills in? So check this out. This just came to me because who gets ideas as you're working? I haven't added the ribbon to it. I haven't added the bows. But how nice would a bow just sticking out of here from the top would look with the tails hanging? Wouldn't that look nice? I think that would look great. And that way I don't have to worry about adding a big bow like at the bottom. It would just be a sloppy bow with a few tails hanging out. I could actually add a few streamers on the side here. It fills it up and my fall decor is done. We're finished with our fall decor. But believe it or not, I still feel like we need a little bit more, another bush of, or something is missing in here. So I do have other fillers. Is it the gypsum that I have? I think that's what it is. But I have more fillers that I'm just gonna add to it. Okay, this one I did not put anything down here. Okay, can you see so far what I have? Let me know. What do you think? Yes, yes, no. Just keep going. I know there's only like 2 people in here with me. It's all good. But, see? Even if you see it afterwards, just let me know. What do you think? Señora, sí, no, le gusta, no le gusta. It's funny. Okay. Let me see. I can't see anybody. I can only see here. Thank you. I got a heart. At what time? At 12:30. That's so awesome. I see Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you? Muchas gracias. That's so awesome. To see each other on Facebook. Okay. So that's it. You have to, and I'm sorry for blocking the shot, but you have to step away from it. Like to me right now, there's a big gap here and it's driving me insane. So because I have so many here, I'm actually going to steal one from here. I'm going to cut it off. I'm cutting it off. You have to. Because it doesn't look balanced to me. It doesn't look balanced. I need something right there. So There aren't any rules. Or at least learn the basics. And once you learn the basics, make it your own. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Start turning them up, turning them down. Okay. 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 Now I feel like I have too many of these here. So I want to turn these around. Turn this one down here. Turn this one there. Much better. And I'm going to be honest, I may want to spread these out a little bit because I feel like they look too together. Too together. For my taste. Someone else might think, yeah, they look awesome, but I personally think that they don't look so natural the way they are. So I honestly prefer to take this off, and I know I'm like midstream here, and I'm going to take them off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off some of these, and I'm going to split this, because see, I actually think this looks nicer like that, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of these off and add them individually. And sometimes when you're working, it's good to lay them out and don't secure them yet. Gracias, Karen. What time is it by you right now? You're 2 or 3 hours behind us. Okay. I get quiet because I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna add this to the side. Whoopsie. I'm saying whoops a lot today. Much better. Much better. Much, much better. Now we're gonna add 10:30. Oh my god. I wish. I don't start doing this until the kids finally fall asleep at 10:30, and then I start working. So you're gonna see me a lot on at this time. My god. That's why when I said I was gonna start coming on late, I was talking about, hey, no, not many people are going to be on at that time. And then I was told, not everybody's on the East Coast. So I was like, very true, not everybody's on the East Coast. You're right. So I'll do my thing. I'll be here. See, that's better. That's way better. So now we can move these up, and it fills it up a little. I like it. Okay. So now that we have that, let's work on the bows. Let's work on the ribbon. So the ribbons here, let me show you the ribbons. I no longer have, oh wow, look at this one. So all of these wreaths are actually looking different. They don't have the same thing. I do have this one. I no longer have this one. I do have a little bit of this. And I have tons of this because I just got it. So now we're just going to play with it and pretty much fudge it, you could say. Doesn't have to be exact. I'll be places with a mustard color. I'll use whatever I have of this and whatever bits I have of that. Does not need to be perfect. Especially because it's mine. And a lot of times you don't think it looks so pretty, but we don't give ourselves enough credit. So here's my ribbon. This must have been what I was working with last year, because it's still there. There we go. And this. So all I'm going to do here is make a quick, simple bow. Muchas gracias todas. Okay. So this isn't even perfect. Would not use this for a customer. For me, it's all good. So I want to see how long I'm going to do this. But do you see how we want that sticking out of there? And it's going to fill it up so much. You see the shot? Okay. I'm really happy that I stayed up to do this tonight. So we have that. We have this one. We have, and I'm sorry for not taking off the plastic before because I know it sounds really loud. I didn't know that until I watched playbacks. We have this one, and then finally we have this one. So I could use this, or I could use, you know, I'm going to save this. Let's save that for the customers. Nope, not enough. Can't even do anything with that. Unless I wanted to have it stick out a little bit on top here. Can't even do anything with that. Okay. Let's see. So what am I going to do? Because, just because it's my own doesn't mean I'm going to make it look, you know, have it look nasty either. So what we could do is have a streamer sticking out like that. We could have them all be streamers, or we could have it be like one nice sloppy bow. I say one nice sloppy bow. But I don't have, I just have pieces. This is from when I worked on it last year. Okay, we have some here. So let's figure out how big we want the loop. And it's always better to have it too long and you could cut it than too short. So that could be my streamer. My loop could be sticking out right there. See that? A little bit shorter. That's it. So this loop is 7 inches, which means that when you're going to make it, you do 14 inches here. 14 inches. So I'll do one. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to make it, it's not going to be a bow. A regular traditional loop with a regular bow with many loops. See how I work? My mess? That's how I work. Okay. So that's one. Then I'll add this one to it. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. If this looks too bad, I'm not going to use it. Because you don't want it to look nasty either. See? Liking it. So what I could do here is create another loop below it. Nope, too wrinkled. Don't like it. So I'm going to cut that one right there. Where it starts getting a little bit crazy, I'm going to cut it. Because this is, again, for me, keep repeating myself. Okay, so now we can add some of this color. Make it a little bit longer. No, just going to keep it short. I'm going to keep showing it so you can see what I'm seeing. Add more green to it. This time I'm going to flip the loop a little. Sorry for being quiet. Trying to focus. And what am I missing? I think it needs a little more of this one. Because then we're going to add the buffalo. Because the buffalo tied everything in together. And this is not perfect, like I said. I keep saying it because, well, you never know who's watching, who comes in afterwards. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows it's something that I'm just making for myself, for our home. And it's just teaching you a little hack. How to save a little so you don't have to buy the decorations every year. Maybe every 2 years or so you could change them. I ended up making a whole bow. I said I wasn't going to make a bow. I ended up making a bow. It's okay. So now the defining, the item that actually ties everything in together is this guy right here. So we're gonna put a few loops of buffalo in it. So I'm just gonna add can you see it? I'm liking it. I'm gonna do that. I'm actually gonna turn it. I wanna hold it in this direction so that way I have 2 loops. And I don't know how to explain it, I'm trying to do it fast. Add that tail right there, and boom, done. It's not perfect, but I like it that it's not perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. Me, I use simple floral wire. You can get this at Michael's. After the holidays, that stuff is like, when they have the 90 or 70%, the 70% off, 90% off, that's the time to stock up. I stock up on wire because that's when they offer the different colors during the holidays. Right now around Halloween, you could get the Halloween colors, you get the oranges, you get the blacks. And I personally don't worry so much about the gauge of the wire. Some people do care about that, but I personally don't. I just have the ribbon there, the wire there, and then I twist it a few times. And that's it. Cut it. And then once it's cut, I add a pipe cleaner to it. I'm just stuck on the buffalo. So now I'm going to add one of these to it. How am I doing with time? Have I really been on for an hour? Yes, I have. Okay. So I have this. Add a twist to it. But. We should add this guy, a wooden floral pick to it. So tie it around the wooden floral pick because it's going to make your life much easier. See what I did with that? I don't know if you can see it. I just wrapped it around in there. I don't know how clear it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it down here. And if the loops are too big, I will hide them a little. If I lose my sunflowers, I'll move them. I don't want to lose my sunflowers. I don't have that many sunflowers. So if I have to relocate them, then we'll relocate the sunflowers. So right now we have one here, and then we kind of lost the other one. But if you're looking at this, to me it's a little bit uneven because I only added, oops, where are you? I'm talking to the, here we go. I lost my flower in there. So I need to fluff this up. Always stand away from it. I lost my flower. So what I might do, because these actually came out to be a little bit too long, this pick needs to go more in so the flowers don't, so the bows don't take over. Perhaps the ribbon might have been a little bit too long. Maybe not. Because then we could actually put more ribbon, more greenery within the bow to really make it blend. So then move your ribbons around. Maybe you want tails, maybe you don't. Maybe we'll want to move the sunflower up here. As of now, no, I'm leaving it right where it is right now. Because right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more of the ribbon. Should I add more ribbon? I think that's it. I don't think I should go crazy with it. We can add more ribbon here. Let's see if I can see it on screen for myself. I like to stand away. Sometimes I walk away, come back, see if I can see it. But I think that's looking nice. I want to curl this one up a little. There we go. I think it needs another buffalo right here. So I'll just add one quick streamer right there. Let it hang a little bit longer. See right there? That looks nicer. That's what that was missing. And that kind of ties it more in together. So I'll just hold it right, same spot where it was. Because remember, we need to add the floral picks to this. When I personally, everybody does this differently. There aren't any rules. You just tie this right here. This is what I do. I tie some floral wire to it. And in this case, we're going to add a pick to it. Because we do not want it to get lost. We're working with a rather large tobacco basket. And these bows and loops and everything could get very lost in there. And if I don't add this big pick to it, that loop, boy, doesn't want to go. Does not want to go. I have to go to an angle. Maybe it doesn't want to go because it was hitting a floral pin. Very possible. There we go. There we go. So now move the loops around, play with them, move them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be. There isn't a rule as to where they have to be. Just make sure that it looks aesthetically pleasing, right? Okay. So you would think that this would be finished now. But to me, it's not. Because now I have all of this ribbon here, and there's no greenery in there. The problem is that I pretty much used everything that I had for this. So what I'm going to do now is try to find something that I have, and I'm sure I have something, that I could add to it. To make it, to fill these up. Because I personally, and not in every situation, because I may say this right now and you see some of my reads and you'll realize, hey, but she didn't fill up she didn't add greenery to those loops. It's not every situation, but I try to do it to many. Okay. I like it. It's simple. This is simple. I only use 1-2 bushes. I use the pumpkin, 3 sunflowers, that like autumn fern. These flowers, which look like carnations, I'm not even sure what they're called. I don't know if they're dahlias. I'm honestly not sure. I'm even gonna try. Oh, and this filler right here, this waterproof filler. That's pretty much it, in a few bows, and it's actually pretty full. And it took me, what, not even an hour, well, just about a little bit over an hour. But I want to fill these in here. So if you're still with me, we're going to fill this up, and I need something to put in there. So I have, actually, they're right here. They are right here. I got these from Greenery Market. Perfect. So this is a problem with me. Now that I have these, I'm going to want to add, I'm sorry, what's the word? Spread them out a little. But I do have more of these. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to do this quickly, is add these in within the loops. So we could tie this in. But I personally don't want them to be here by themselves. I'm going to want to add a few more there in the rest of the area. Just to have it all kind of look uniform. That's too short. In this case, you would use greenery. Oh, did I just do that? I did. Okay. See how much nicer that looks with adding a little bit of foliage within there? But I actually cut that one too short. So I'm going to switch you out. Put you in here. There we go. You want to hear that little crunch sound. That's how you know that it's attached. See how much better? I'm going to add one more down here. For my sunflowers, I think we have to relocate that sunflower because the sunflower is not getting the attention it deserves. Or we could just take it all out together. Because why? You know what? Goodbye, sunflower. Goodbye. You're not going to see it. It's a waste. It's a waste of a sunflower. And I do have the pick for it. It's a waste. That can be used something in another project rather than be lost and not being able to see it. And in its place, I use one of these here. I don't like using 2s. I prefer using 3. But it's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's more appealing to have the 3 flowers, but what's the point if you can't see it anyways? Can't see it, so. I do like this. See that? And I should have mentioned, I know there aren't really any people live with me right now. But tomorrow I will be on Greenery Market's page at 6:30 Eastern Time. And I will be working on a scarecrow deco mesh wreath. So I'll be on Greenery Market. Sorry, I got lost when I started looking at what I did. So yeah, tomorrow 6:30, tomorrow Friday 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be on Greenery Market's page working on a deco mesh scarecrow wreath. So it's going to be on a mesh base with a wireframe, and we have a nice scarecrow sign. Bill and Alana are actually going to be offering it as a kit, which is awesome. It's going to be on their site available. I think they have a few. I'm not sure how many, but there are a few available now. So I'm going to be making that. I mean, you could change it a little bit however you want, but I'm going to make my version of it tomorrow. So tomorrow at 6:30, if you want to join me, that's where I'll be, right here. But on the Greenery Market page. I will try to remember to share it to my page so you can see it as well, live on my page. So, anywho, we have this pretty much full here. But do you see what I'm saying? We don't have any of these. To me, I need to add a few more of these to fill it up. So, right now, I only have 2. I know that I have more. Not sure where they are. But, what I'm going to do, I'm sorry, if you see me, I'm actually trying to look to see where they are. Because I have tons of supplies under my desk here. No idea where they are. But I'm pretty sure I have a few more of these. So what I'm going to do is add. See that? Because these have a lighter, like a more yellow color to them than the ones that I added. The ones that I added before were a rust and an olive color with the rust. These are more like a golden rod with rust. So since I added them here, I'm going to add one there, one here to kind of bring, ooh, I never secured this. Add one here. And then add like one more here. So you know what? I might not even add more because then that means I have to open up another bush of these, another filler. And these are for me. But I personally, if I was, like I said, working on this for someone else, I would add one more in here to fill it up. At least one more and one here. Now, the last thing that I do recommend doing, and I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to stay on with you to do this, is adding more of the Spanish moss. So if you look at this, it's gone. If you look at this here, you have space. And this is something that I would never send out to a customer. And even myself, if you look at it, it's going to get annoying. Let me try not to pick it up. So I don't know if you can see it. Wait, let me try to turn in that direction. See how you can see that green there? That to me bugs me. I would never send this out to a customer, so I decided I'm not going to do this for ourselves, because every time I look up at our fireplace or look up at this tobacco basket, I'm going to see it and it's going to really get annoying. So the way to resolve it is the same way that we started off with this. And it's taking Spanish moss and adding it with floral picks. So floral picks, you can actually find them pretty cheap, find them on Amazon, find them in the craft stores, and just start. Don't glue them. You don't have to hot glue them, but especially if you're starting in the beginning, if anybody is watching afterwards, don't add the glue. Don't add the glue to the styrofoam and then the Spanish moss, because then when you're trying to add those picks, the hard glue is going to be hard to work with. So I'm going to now add these here, just so that when you look up, you don't see the foam. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. So that's it. I am finished. I actually thought I was going to add more ribbon to it on the sides, but you know what? I decided I'm going to leave it. It looks rustic. It looks fallish. It matches, well, fallish, of course it's fall. It matches the other stuff I worked on. And now this one is actually going to go on the other side of the fireplace. But do you see how I ended up tying them both together? So you have this one, and now you have this was the original, which we thought was too small. And now we made that. So it's not exact. It's not exact, but it does have all the elements that were in the original here. We didn't have the same ribbon. We didn't have two of the same ribbons we didn't have. And it's totally fine. We didn't have some of the florals here. The pumpkin's different. We didn't have this awesome little cluster here. But it's fine. It works. It works. So coordinating doesn't have to be matching exact. But if you came into our house, you say, oh my God, everything matches. It coordinates. It's not exactly the same. But the ribbon is what helps you tie everything in together. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, for staying with me. I hope you learned something. Have a great night. And tomorrow, remember, I will be on the Greenery Market page at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, working on that awesome scarecrow wreath kit. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.